It's only the week of the Desmond Cup final 2011 and 12 between Broadford United going for the league and Desmond Cup double, and Shannonside FC going for the League Cup and the Desmond Cup double. Broadford United line out as follows: number 1, Garrod Graney; number 2, the Hall Reedy. I call out the numbers as the names appear on the card. 4, Mike Fancy; 5, Joe McAuliffe; 8, Gary Egan, captain; 6, Matthew Foley; 10, Ray Lynch; 9, Liam O'Shaughnessy; 11, Barry Lynch; 3, Roy Hannigan. The Broadford subs: 13, Alfred Fitzpatrick; 12, Johnny Shanahan; 16, Dennis Daly; 14, John O'Kelly; and 15, Seamus Brosnan. Shannonside FC: 1, Darren Kavanagh; 3, David Delan; 7, Anthony Mulvihill; 4, Anthony O'Donnell; 5, Kieran Trender; 6, Alan Maroney; 10, Daniel Power; 9, Mike Behan, the captain; 11, Owen O'Connor; 2, Leo O'Donnell; 8, Kieran Kavanagh. Subs: Declan Lane; Damien Fitzgibbon; Mark Behan; John Hanlon; Mike Silvery; Kevin Doody; Brendan Lewis. Let's look to both teams and to the match officials: referee Paddy Manning, assistant referee Johnny O'Gorman and John O'Connor, and fourth official Paul O'Brien. And now we'll have the national anthem.
Welcome to Clonris Park for the Desmond Cup final between Broadford United and Shannonside. It's the 25th of May 2012. The scene is set on a beautiful summer's evening. Clonris looking in impeccable condition, and it's fitting that to have the pitch and surrounding area looking so well on the retirement of Michael Handley, chairman of the Desmond League, who had the foresight to go ahead with the purchase of this grand facility those many, many years ago. Broadford last week were favourites to win this competition. In fact, favourites to win the treble. But on last Sunday evening, they suffered a shock defeat to Shannonside and were beaten 4-0 in the League Cup final. In fact, that defeat could have been much more comprehensive, and indeed they were a shade lucky to come away with 4-0. In fact, Shannonside could have won anything up to 7 or 8-0. The biggest danger in the side, from Shannonside's point of view, will be Snow, Mike Behan, the captain of the team. They also have some fine players in Daniel Power midfield and Anthony O'Donnell, number 4, in the middle of the defence. Broadford are powered indeed by Michael Clancy and Ray Lynch, who already have Desmond Cup medals and were part of that great 2003 team who managed to win the treble under the guidance of Mike McGovern. And we have a much thinner and much refreshed Mike McGovern here this evening to do commentary from me. And I will hand you over now to him. And this game is in the hands of Paddy Manning, who's having his 5th final.
Thanks for the introduction, John. A fantastic setting here at Clonris this evening for the Desmond Cup final between Broadford United and Shannonside. I suppose, John, without a shadow of doubt, two of the best league teams on show this year, and it's going to be fitting tonight that one of these two teams are going to make the double.
Well, that certainly is the case, as Shannonside will be going for a cup double and Broadford United going for a league and cup double. The preliminaries now are being got over with. Photographs being taken for the filing cabinet. Broadford have some changes made. Michal Reilly, who suffered an accident last week training for Gaelic football, is back into the side, and he should certainly bring some stability to the defence. Dave Behan will need some attention, and we will be looking for a much better performance from the back line. We're just gone now, 7:30. Of course, over there in the dugout I can see Bob Boyce. Bob, who would have been part of today's team and won a Desmond Cup medal in 2003, had that horrific injury last October down in Ennis. And I was just having a chat with him, and I'm glad to see that he's doing well, and he told me he'll be back playing football next week. Come back soon, Bob. On an evening like this, one would have expected a bigger crowd, but people are still coming in. As we get ready for the kick-off, I hand you over to Mike McGovern.
Thanks, Sean. So, set to get underway here in Clownrees now for the Desmond Cup final. Strange to see Broadford United in a changed outfit of black and amber. And Shannonside must have won the toss and got their claret and blue, which is a traditional colour with Broadford United. So, Broadford United get us underway. Shannonside, ball out to Gary Egan, who just evades Gary at that stage. Michal Brosnan there for Broadford United, and it's the first throw of the evening. Will go to Shannonside to be taken down there by Davy. Or is it? So Leo O'Donnell with this throw ball for Shannonside. Shannonside now with the first attack of the evening up there towards Behan, who created havoc against Broadford the last night, and there's a high shot there. It's in under Garrod Granny, and Garrod had been tackled there, and Mikey Clancy of it, getting the ball out of danger. With a high ball there, John, into the heart of the Broadford United defence, and Garrod Granny done well under pressure.
Yes, Mike, and we're kind of finding it a bit difficult here at the moment to get accustomed to Broadford playing in the yellow and black.
Exactly, John, but we'll get used to it after a while. It looks like it's going to be another throw down here at the near side of the field to be taken about Leo O'Donnell. Not kept in there by Anthony Mulvihill, and it's gone out for a goal kick to Broadford United. And Garrod Granny, the goalkeeper, for probably his first year in goals for Broadford, and has made a very, very significant part in this success for Broadford United this year. Very tall, strong person, and we'll see who this first kick out, and it's good into the centre of the field. Up goes Ray Lynch, and Michal Brosnan is there for Broadford, but the ball breaks now into the centre of the field. And the ball up there now towards Snow, but well intercepted by Joe McAuliffe for Broadford United. So both teams a bit nervy starting off. And Michal Reilly on the far side of the field, but Joe McAuliffe is going to sweep back there for Broadford United. Back to Michal Reilly. Michal, who's played soccer for Broadford for a number of years, and I heard about his horrific injury, and it's great to see him back. Started off his career as a minor for Broadford United at centre forward and scored many vital goals. So Broadford just trying to settle it down now early doors. Good tackle over there by Owen O'Connor, is it, for Shannonside. Daniel Power, who played for Newcastle for many a year, and now a vital cog in Shannonside United, playing in the centre of midfield. So it's a very, very nervy start by both teams. Both teams trying to get a foot on the game, and a throw over the far side of the field to Broadford United to be taken over there. it looks like it could have been Micheál Reedy that taking that throw up there down towards Ray Lynch. Ray Lynch for a good ball, pulled it back, and there's a chance of a penalty there, cause of a penalty from the Broadford United supporters, but not given. And Shannonside cleared their lines. And Nolan O'Connor over the far side of the field cannot keep that in, and a good chance there for Broadford United with Micheál Reedy taking this throwing again up there now towards Limerick Shannonside, and the ball has gone out, and it's going to be a kick out to Shannonside and Darren Kavanagh. Good move there from Broadford, and shouts of a penalty, but I think it would have been very harsh.
Well, I suppose it would have taken a great referee to give it, being so early in the game.
Darren Kavanagh, sun probably in his eyes now in the first half with this kick out, little or no breeze. A perfect night for soccer in Clownrees. At the centre of the field, Gary Egan still playing centre of midfield for Broadford as he has done for most of his life. Over the far side of the field had Davy Delan, and the referee has given the throw ball to Shannonside. So just over, coming up to 5 minutes gone, still no score. So the aforementioned snow beacon caused so much damage here last week, have to be kept under wraps this evening if Broadford United have any chance to lift the Desmond League Cup for the first time since 2003. Ray Lynch is there now for Broadford United, being tackled over there now by Anthony O'Donnell. Anthony and Ray would be fairly well accustomed to each other through the Oscar Trainer League, and good defensive work there by O'Donnell, and it's going to be a throw on the far side of the field to Davy Delan and Shannonside. The ball up the line there, and Daniel Powers in the middle of the field up there now towards Snow. Good ball back towards Daniel Power. A tackle there by Brian Hannigan. And Hannigan taking, it looks like, Daniel Power out of the game. And John, a cynical foul and a yellow card very early on, not looking good for Hannigan.
Yes, a very cynical foul, and you know, it's at a very early stage now to be getting a yellow card. He'll have to be very careful.
Yes, John, he will indeed. 5 minutes gone in, and a yellow card to young Hannigan. And it looks like Daniel Power could have picked up a nasty knockdown in the centre of the field. Daniel Power, who played junior soccer for Ireland, a fantastic talent. Played a lot of his career with Newcastle West, and back now with two managers as well, Eddie Bruder and Paul Slater, both Newcastle West men who had great success with the Newcastle West youths a few years ago. Now down here in Shannonside, hoping to bring back a Desmond Cup to Shannon and Fines, but hopefully not tonight, lads. So the goalkeeper Darren Kavanagh coming all the way to take this free kick. Broadford United holding the line. It's going to cut line on top of Garrod Graney, a high lobbing ball in. Gary Graney, up goes Garrod. He doesn't left to catch, but a good fist, and gets it out there towards Ray Lynch and Matty. So Hannigan is there again now for Broadford, and the ball is given away there to Alan Maroney, and Alan Maroney is fouled, and it's a very nervy start, John, by Brian Hannigan.
Yes, indeed, and the ball got away. It was cleared there, and we thought we got away with it and fluffed our lines again.
Yes, with the aerial threat of Mike being in around in the penalty area, Broadford would not want to be conceding needless free kicks around this area. So Garrod Graney calling for the wall, 3-man wall. So Anthony Mulfield is going to take this free kick for Shannonside. First attack now of the evening for Shannonside, and a high ball in, well intercepted out there. It looks like it was Gary Egan back there for Broadford United, and trying to avert the danger, but Daniel Power is there for Shannonside once again, and it's going to be a throw-in at the far side of the field to be taken by David Land for Shannonside. 10 minutes gone, still no score. Very nervy stop by both teams. Mikey Clancy at the hat of the defence there for Broadford, and Micheál Reedy is back there for Broadford. Great experienced head from Micheál, and a great ball out of defence. Gary Egan with a ball now, and that's gone out far side of the field. So Micheál Reedy trying to talk to Gary there and just tell him to settle down a bit. Two very experienced players for Broadford United. So David Delan up the line again, and he's going to look up there for Snow being closely tended to there by Micheál Reedy, and so Brian Hannigan now, and a good ball out here now towards Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan back there now towards Hannigan again, but Hannigan losing out, and there's danger here up towards Snow, but McAuliffe is there. Matty Foley, and the ball has gone out. It looked as though it went out off a Shannonside foot there, but the linesman, Donny O'Gorman, has given that to Shannonside to be taken now by Leo O'Donnell. Seen a lot of ball down here, up there down towards Snowbean, but Gary Egan is back there for Broadford United, and back in there now again. A high lobbing ball. Owen O'Connor for Shannonside, Broadford United. It's a good ball now up there now towards Limerick. Shannonsy, fantastic first touch there from young Shannonsy. Ray Lynch has gone up the line now, quick ball from Ray. Gary Egan looking for it there as well. Ball breaks down Shannonside, come over with a good interception over there by Gary Egan, and Shannonside at the far side of the field there now with Owen O'Connor, and a good tackle over there by Ray Lynch, and it's going to be a throw in to David and Shannonside. So still very early stages yet, both sets of players trying to get a foothold on the game, but I have to say at the moment Shannonside look to be a small bit on top. Broadford have yet to settle, but early days. So Broadford United ball in and out there towards him, but well intercepted there by Hannigan. A great interception as Snowbean was on his bike and ready to bail in on goals. Daniel O'Power, who's going to make it tick from midfield for Shannonside. Mikey Clancy there, the centre of the defence for Broadford. And Shannonside at the moment just seem a small bit hunger, and then Ray Lynch and Daniel Power, and it looks like Ray is going into the book, and John, a very nervous start by Broadford at the moment.
Yeah, very nervous start, which it's only kind of getting to know one another at the moment, and maybe Shannonside having just the slightest advantage.
Yeah, the tackles are going in fairly fast and furious there from Broadford. Ray Lynch, I don't think he got a yellow card, but it was a late tackle. So Kavanagh is going to launch this ball again into the edge of the 18-yard box. Micheál Reedy's there. Up goes Garrow O'Grady. That's two fantastic fists from Garrow O'Grady at the moment. And cleared out there by Micheál Brosnan. Up goes young Shannonsy. But O'Donnell is there for no one getting up there, and the ball over the head of Mikey Clancy. But well gathered back there by Mikey Clancy. Pressure coming there from Kieran Kavanagh. Clancy, Owen O'Connor, and had to be on his toes. So Shannonside at the far side of the field, and the referees decided that's going to be throw ball to Broadford United. Taken over there up to young Liam Shannonsy. Shannonsy's tackled, and it's come off young Shannonsy from David Delan, and it's going to be a throw ball to Shannonside. 10 or 11 minutes gone in the first half, still waiting for a decent shot on target, and Broadford United with Mikey Clancy there giving away a stupid ball, and the ball in there, aimless ball from Shannonside, and Garrow O'Grady has it and keeps it in just about. Garrow is going to launch this down towards, and that's a good kick from Garrow O'Grady. Shannonside well able to deal with it. That looks a late tackle there. It's a very late tackle on Marty Foley from Alan Moroney, and Moroney's looking now. Yes, and Alan Moroney is gone into the referee's notebook. So a late tackle there, and Moroney now and Hannigan are going to have to be on their toes for the rest of the evening. Any more late tackles like that, and they'll be going for early showers. So Mikey Clancy going to launch this ball now, as well as it looks like it's going to be all high balls, but Broadford United wouldn't have the aerial power that Shannonside have. That's a great ball from Mikey Clancy. And of course, let's not forget that Mikey Clancy was the first man to score a Desmond Cup final goal here for Broadford United against Shannon Golden in the Desmond Youths final. I think it was back in 2002, 2001. Gary Egan now for Broadford. Good play from Gary. But Daniel Powell is there for Broadford, and the ball there from Leo O'Donnell, and well intercepted there by John McAuliffe from that ball from Leo O'Donnell. So O'Donnell's going to take this throw in again. O'Donnell going to take this throw now for Shannonside. Good movement off the ball there from Anthony Mulvihill. Ball has gone out though, says Donny O'Gorman, and it's going to be a throw ball to Broadford United. It'd be nice to see history repeat itself tonight, John, if Mikey could get another goal.
I do indeed, but I suppose Mikey Clancy's goals will be far between, and I think himself and Joe McAuliffe will have their work cut out looking after Snow. A throw down out to Broadford, be taken by Hannigan.
Back in the play again, Gary Egan powerhouse, Trojan worker. It's midfield. Great play from Ray Lynch, and Ray Lynch is absolutely clattered to the ground. Referee looking to give the advantage, but no advantage accruing for Broadford. And Ray looks as though he's after getting a serious head injury there. Brave play from Ray Lynch, and gives 110% for the cause of Broadford United. Tried to get young Shannonside away, and in comes Darren Reedy to come in. No shoes on him. Must be tough around Tulla at the moment if we can't afford a pair of shoes. So, but I suppose Darren, who was part of the team that won the 2003 Desmond Cup final, now in the management setup with Jim Neenan, and of course Christy Purcell, who has been involved in coaching with Broadford United since I was a minor, so that's going back quite a long time. Christy had great success there with the Oscar Trainer team a few years ago, bringing the Oscar Trainer back to the Desmond League, and one of the nicest fellas that you could ever meet, and a fantastic player himself. Had to cut short though due to severe injury, but didn't shy away from his responsibilities, and was always there at youth level and for the end to beat him. So it'd be nice to see another cup for Chris and Ray Lynch, of course, the player manager who took over this year.
That is one of the most ridiculous rules that's in association football, Mike, where an injured player, after being seriously injured, he has the anomaly of having to go off, and the team are losing out.
Exactly, John. I suppose they want to look at that rule definitely. Has to go off now, and a free kick, in a promising position for Broadford, and probably the top talisman is not there to receive it. So a bit of a disadvantage now, but Micheál Reedy can pick out a pass here, and Gary Egan, of course, on the edge of the ball. Great ball from Micheál Reedy up there now towards Gary Egan, but it's offside, and it was a fantastic ball from Micheál Reedy to find Gary Egan with the header, but Gary just straight offside. But what a fantastic player Micheál is, John.
Things are not looking good for Broadford United. I think Ray Lynch is going to be replaced this year.
He's taken off the jersey, I know, John, but I just think it might be just to change jerseys. He doesn't look too injured to me, but yeah, he will be a major loss for Broadford, John. Well, thank God Ray is able to resume, and with the kick out now with Dan Kavanagh. Great ball down the centre of the field up towards B, and he looked at pushing the back from John McAuliffe. With Leo O'Donnell is there for Shannonside now. Good ball up there now towards Daniel Power, who's actually come up from the centre midfield onto the ring. Hannigan is there for ball up now towards to Shannonside. Shannonside's looking to switch it there to Matty. It's Micheál Brosnan. Micheál Brosnan is just straight offside, and a good move from Broadford United. In the last 2 or 3 minutes, Broadford United have settled down. Some nice play there from Hannigan up there towards Micheál Brosnan, and Micheál just straying offside. But Shannonside are playing a dangerous game. If they're pushing up so far, they could be caught by Broadford United. They got fair pace there with young Shannonside and Ray Lynch, and Ray Lynch back into the action with number 16 now on his back, John.
It's very evident at this stage, comparing to last Sunday night, Broadford are playing much more defensively, much tighter, and are just hoping for the break with their speed to get through on the Shannonside goal.
That Cavan again up there now towards behind, but Clancy's there for Broadford, a tower of strength for Broadford. Good header, David Delan, and I can see the linesman below me here with the flag off, the flag up, and it's offside, and it's going to be a free kick to Broadford United. Great header there from Michael Clancy, who still is at the centre of the Broadford United defence, missing his partner of 7 or 8 years ago in Niall Conway. But what a fantastic pairing there were 2 years ago. Great ball now up towards Shannonside again, but headed away there by Anthony O'Donnell. Over the ball, a great ball in now towards Shannonside. Shannonside, a shot for Shannonside, and it's just gone high and over the bar. Great attack there from Broadford, John, and probably the first chance of the evening.
Yeah, the best chance so far this evening with about 20 minutes gone. That was the best chance Broadford United had.
You have to say, John, at the moment Broadford United are looking good. Every stop are coming into it now.
Yeah, they're coming a bit into it now, but I'd say that their point of view was that they'd played rather tight at the back for the start.
Exactly, just get their bearings, keep Snow fairly quiet, and as you said, with the pace of Ray Lynch and Shannonside up front, can cause that Shannonside defence a lot of problems this evening. Anthony Mulvihill and Anthony O'Donnell for Shannonside are going to have their hands full for the 90 minutes to keep Ray and but John, at the moment you can see the formation that Ray's kind of gone back into midfield and Shannonside's up front.
They're just only playing one man up front.
Yeah, good tactics there from Ray Lynch after seeing being badly beaten 4-0 last week. So Ray Lynch goes up with Daniel Power and Lynch falls to the ground again, but good play for Foley for Broadford back now towards Mikey Clancy. Great ball from Mikey Clancy, but Mulvihill is there for Shannonside. Ray Lynch being closely attended to there by Alan Moroney, and Alan Moroney fouled by Ray Lynch. But Broadford United get the ball back again up towards Ray Lynch. Good play from Lynch. Back there now towards Foley. Foley will look out there now towards Micheál Reedy, but brilliantly intercepted there by Owen O'Connor. Owen O'Connor up towards Snow Behan, and Snow looks as though the ball was handled there by Gary Egan. Or I didn't see what it was, but it's going to be a free kick to Shannonside. Looking to take a quick one in the centre of the field there. You have Anthony Mulvey looking for a quick free, but they're going to leave it once again to Davy Delan. And of course, again, I suppose the tactics from Shannonside will be to hit the ball as high we can into Snow and see what kind of damage he can do. So Davy Delan with the ball in towards the box. Gary O'Graney goes up and he looks as though he was fouled, but he's made a good start, John Gary O'Graney. Two good fists out, but he seems he can be a bit dodgy under the high ball.
He has been playing now exceptionally well, and I wouldn't blame him at all for that ball. That ball was landing into the box, and the area was very crowded.
Very good. Of course, his predecessor, JJ Murphy, is just right behind me here, who played in the last Desmond Cup final, and we'll never forget that fantastic save he made to keep us in the game, and had a draw on the first night and won it the second night. But